Hello and welcome back to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on 10 Minutes More or Less Ship Review, right behind me, the MIRAI Guardian QI. Let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, welcome back to another review. Today, the Guardian QI. Now, this ship here is the interdiction variant of the Guardian. Now, since I last did the regular Guardian review, I've had a little bit more time with these ships, and so now I can kind of give you a better flavor of how certain stats really work out on this thing. So, let's go ahead and take a look. The Guardian QI is considered the interdiction variant, and it is available for $240 if you buy it with real money, or if you buy it with store credit, it's $260. So its price point is still really good, in my opinion, just for everything you get compared to something like a Vanguard series ship or something like the F8. You know, they're all considered heavy fighters, but this one has an interior like the Vanguard, and it's just kind of roomy, and it feels great for a solo pilot. If you're a solo pilot and you don't crew up often, this ship is actually quite, as a lot of people like to point out, phenomenal. They point out I say that a lot, but I do. It's because there's so many good-looking ships, and especially recently, they've been really knocking it out of the park with these releases. So with this one here, this ship, if you are in that pilot seat, you have a total of 1,874 damage per second at your full power level. So it does output quite a bit of damage, 15 shots per gun, and those guns are two size 5 M7A laser cannons. So they're really they do really good hits. It just all depends on how much power you're putting to those guns. Now, you also have 8 size 3 Arrestor 3 rockets, so there's a little bit of a difference there, as the base Guardian has 16 size 2s, and this one has 8 size 3. So it just depends on what you want to do, and then obviously you could swap out those hard points and put in something a little bit less powerful, more powerful. You could change it around a bit, you know, change what type of missile you have, or drop it back down to size 2s. That works as well. Now, the difference between this ship and the other ship is generally just one big thing, and that is your quantum dampener device. Now, this device only stops people from entering navigation mode and stops them from jumping. It does not pull them out of navigation mode. It does not pull well, I mean, if you're in the vicinity in their navigation mode, it will cancel them out, but it does not pull them out of quantum. So it's not a snare, like it's not going to pull you straight out of quantum and make it just completely miserable for that person, but it does stop them from getting to that point. So you have to keep them within 4,500 meters though. So this device has a 4,500 meter range, which means if you let them get out of that bubble, they can instantly get into navigation and get out of there, as long as they're keeping that distance. But honestly, the ship moves at an okay speed. It's not the worst. So if you keep up with your target, you won't have a problem. But there are quite a few ships that can outrun this thing. So it just depends on what the situation is. It might not work out too well for you. Now, you also have one size 2 shield generator, giving you a total of 4,740 bubble shield. And then you have 66,250 ship HP. Now, I want to let you know, that's a pretty low shield compared to other heavy fighters. It's about half of what you would normally get, but that's an extremely good amount of ship HP. Now, this is where I've had some more experience with. That ship HP is kind of sneaky, because your whole HP, like your main body, is very weak. So you could take one rocket, and it could be like a size 2 or a size 3 rocket, and it would just completely disable your ship. And that's not good. Hopefully that is something they'll change, and they'll give that, they'll move some of the HP around a bit. I'd rather lose a wing once in a while instead of just being completely disabled after a rocket strike, right? One rocket, honestly, with, you know, having a shield and having a pretty high health pool like that, shouldn't take you out. So that's kind of a big bummer. With that, we're going to continue on. This ship is a bit slower and does not handle as well as the base Guardian also. So this one handles at 210 SCM as a top speed, with a 460 forward boost and a 225 backwards boost, with a top nav speed of 1,100. Now you also have a 35-35-120 pitch yaw roll. So like I said, maneuverability and handling and maneuverability is all the same, but your speed, it's a little bit slower. It's not like a dramatic drop off. It's not like you're losing, 30 SCM. Your maneuverability doesn't just completely vanish, but it does drop down a little bit. So if you prefer to kind of have the maneuverability and speed, and you don't really care about trapping people, within a field around you, then there you go. Choose the regular Guardian. You're perfectly set up and good to go. Now, you also have 9 SCU of hydrogen fuel and then 1.8 SCU of quantum fuel. So not the worst amount of fuel for a heavy fighter, but it's still, you're going to have to refuel once in a while, especially if you're flying around in pyro, you're going to need to. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the exterior of this ship so I can show you some of its features. Starting off at the front here, as with the base Guardian, you do have exterior weapons locker. So on this wing here, a couple rifle racks, handgun racks. You can go ahead and close that up. Right behind you, you also have a personal storage locker. If you press that button, it will open up your personal storage, and you can put some stuff in there. Now, to enter from the front of the ship, all you got to do is walk right on up to this button here and hit F. That will enter the pilot seat from right here. You do not need to go all the way to the back and enter via the elevator. You can just enter from right here. If you'd rather just get in and get out pretty quick, you can definitely do that. Now, let's go ahead and run to the back so I can give you kind of an overview on each component as we go through the back here. Let's see. Here's your elevator. You do have the one button here, so you press that, it comes down. Then you go ahead and press this, it goes right back on up. Now, if you turn around, instantly you have a suit locker, you have another weapons rack, and then you have some components to your right, some components to your left, quantum drive, battery system, all that kind of stuff. Nice little room here, allowing you to suit up, grab a gun, and then head out. And then once you go through the first door, you have a lot more components, more here on the right, radars, shields, power plants, gravity generators. You got your relay computer right here, so if you were to go ahead and open that up, you can see engineering terminal, relay system. That's kind of nice. It's right next to each other. Since it seems like we're going to have a lot of this coming to us here real soon, now we're going to know where exactly to go when we need to fix our ship up. Now, if you walk through the next door here, you have a nice bed with another personal storage. So if you press F here, it'll open up your storage. You can go ahead and place some items in there. Now, if you look around, you can see it has a pretty good amount of space for such a not so big ship. At least it feels like it's not so big when you're outside of it. But man, when you're inside of this thing's like the TARDIS. It just keeps going and going. You have a fire extinguisher right here. You have a nice little kitchen area where you can warm up some food, get some drinks, use the microwave, all that kind of stuff. And then you have a nice little bathroom here. You just go ahead and wave your hand in front of that little light, or if it's a button, and then you go in here and use the restroom, use the mirror. It looks nice, really does. I just noticed that pipe there. You just might have explosive time in there, more ways than one, right? So this is a nice little restroom. And then if you move into the next room here, it's just kind of like a little hallway that leads you to the pilot access point. So I will go ahead and get into the pilot seat, and I'll show you the HUD and the dash really quick. Now with this ship, I'm probably not going to give you like a little battle demonstration. There's really no point. It's the same thing as the other one. It's just I will show you where the QD device is. Now, if we go ahead and turn on our systems, power her up, I'm going to go ahead and take off a little bit here. Go ahead and put up the landing gear. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you. To your left, you do have your QD device. You want to go ahead and left-click that, and then that turns it on. Now, to activate it, right-click and go to Quantum Dampener Activate, or it just says that right there, but it's really blurry for me. Once you do that, you can see it is activated and good to go. You should be dampening any shifts around you. I would be very careful, though. If you're in a lawful system where you do have SAT relays and all that, you could get a crime stat if someone is in the area and you stop them from doing that. So make sure you pay attention of where you're doing that. If you're really going to stop someone, you're bounty hunting or you're pirating, it could give you a crime stat. And that's something to be very aware of. Now, if you look straight down, the way to get out from the back is right here. You click that button, or if you right-click and press the front, you can go ahead and get out through the front of the ship as well, allowing you very easy access in and out. Now, honestly, given everything, this ship is still quite amazing. The only real negative point for me is its health pool, because it has such a big health pool, but the fact that it's so fragile, just because of the HP on the body itself being rather low, taking one hit could really mean the end for you. And that's really too bad for such a great ship. Now, my score is a 9 out of 10 with that. Let me know, what do you think of the QI variant down in the comments below. Did you pick this one, or did you pick the base one? Are you looking to intercept people, or do you just find the base one to be everything you need and quite the maneuverable little beast that it is? Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys on my live stream later tonight. Otherwise, thank you guys. You all the best. See you guys in the next one.